Welcome, welcome, welcome. The HD man is here. Welcome to Football Update. We are here to update you the latest on the transfer market. We are going to give you the latest news on Benjamin Sesko, the latest news on Sesko and Vlaović, the latest news on Nypan, and the latest news on Kunha. Please, before we dive into the details, we would like to beg you, please do consider to subscribe to our channel. Help us grow by subscribing to our channel, share, like, and comment. Now, let's dive into the details. I've been telling you, I told you 2 days ago that Arsenal have a great chance of signing Sesko and Vlaović. Yes, you remember I told you that Juventus has completed signing of Kunha Want. One of the problem last 2 weeks is that Sesko and Vlaović want to go. Juventus want to sell him, but both of them are not interested in a loan. And Juventus want around 60 to 70 million euros to allow him go on a permanent basis. But now the situation has changed. Yes, completely changed. If you watch Juventus match yesterday, you will see that Kunha Want started the match and he scored. According to the news going around today from Italy, he's saying that from now on, Kunha Want is going to be the main man. He is going to be starting a match ahead of Sesko and Vlaović. And Vlaović wants a regular playing time. Right now, he cannot get that at the Juventus. So Juventus are now desperate to allow him go because they want to get him off their wage bill. And the Sesko and Vlaović want to play football. They want to play more games. They don't want to stay on the bench. Now the whole situation has changed. Yes, the situation has changed now. Juventus are now desperate to allow him go. Another good news is that Juventus are now willing to accept. They have reduced their valuation to 40 million euros. According to the news flying around from Italy, is that Juventus are willing to accept 40 million euros now for Sesko and Vlaović. So if Arsenal can go in now and put down 40 million euros, Sesko and Vlaović might be their player. But the problem still, Arsenal don't want a permanent deal for Vlaović this January. They only want a loan because it's not their number one target. Their number one target is Benjamin Sesko. So Arsenal are not willing to go and get him for a permanent basis now. That is the only problem now. But let's see what Arsenal are going to do, because Sesko and Vlaović is a very good striker. If Arsenal can get him now, the problem they get in front is 80% solved, because he can score goal, he can bring player in, he can create chance, he can make assist. He's a very, very good and top striker with very good experience. Let's see what Arsenal are going to do. Again, let's keep eyes on Juventus and Vlaović, because what happened to Osimhen and Napoli might happen for this deal. They are not interested in a loan now, but if they cannot find a permanent buy, that's what I told you 2 days ago, they will still come back for a loan deal. So Arsenal still have a chance now to sign Sesko and Vlaović, whether on a loan or on a permanent deal, unless another club come in now and willing to match their valuation. So let's see how this one is going to bounce out. Another good news today is that I've been telling you that Arsenal are seriously pushing for Benjamin Sesko. Yes, we all know that Benjamin Sesko wants to come to Arsenal. He has agreed personal terms with Arsenal. He loves Arsenal. He loves their project. He loved the city. He loved their manager. He loved everything about Arsenal, and he's only want to play for Arsenal. But the problem remains his club. But the good news today is that Benjamin Sesko has told his close friends that he's willing to go to Arsenal this January, not on the summer. He's willing to go to Arsenal now. And another good news is that Arsenal are now preparing to pay around 60 to 70 million euros, which is exactly what RB Leipzig might want, to them to allow Benjamin Sesko to go to Arsenal. It's only remaining 8 days now before the transfer window shut down. So let's see how this one is going to work out. There's still a very big chance of Arsenal signing Benjamin Sesko this January. The only problem is, they're out of Champions League now, but they have a chance to qualify for next Champions League. So the club need to hold Benjamin Sesko in order for him to help them to qualify in the Champions League. So let's watch and see how this one is going to pass out. If Arsenal are ready to go, if Leipzig are ready to accept what Arsenal have to offer, and for the player, he's willing to go now. He has already accepted personal terms. Everything else is not an issue. The only issue now is Arsenal to go and negotiate and settle with the club. And he didn't have a release clause, so Arsenal have to convince Leipzig to allow him go this January. Again, let's wait and see. It's only 8 days now. Everything will be clear. From now in the next 3 to 4 days, 5 days, it will be very clear what is going to happen. Arsenal seriously doing something behind the scene. Even Fabrizio Romano confirmed that Arsenal are going in secret about their business in this January. So they are seriously doing something behind the scene. Let's watch and see how this one going to end up. Another good news for Arsenal is Xavier Nypan. Yes, a young player coming from Norwegian League. I told you 2 days ago that he has choose Arsenal over Manchester City. Yes, that is true. According to the news today, Manchester City are out of the race. It remains Arsenal and Girona. And the player has agreed personal terms. He has agreed everything with Arsenal. The player and his agent are currently in England discussing with Arsenal. I also told you that Martin Odegaard are seriously pushing for the player to come to Arsenal. Behind the scene, he's working on the deal, helping Arsenal to put this deal on. So let's watch and see. The truth now is that this deal is going to happen because Arsenal have already concluded everything with the player. It remains Arsenal to go to his club and finalize the deal and the terms of payment. Now the player will now sign for Arsenal and become an Arsenal player. So it remains club to club agreement and the terms of payment. So let's see how this one is going to. But let's see when it's going to be official as an Arsenal player. As for this one, it's going to happen. But the problem is, Arsenal need to sign another forward player because he is not going to impact their season now. He's still a 18 years player coming out from Norwegian League. So Arsenal don't need to hope on him now as they are signing a player. This one is for future, not now. They need to do something as they are willing to do on the attacking side of their team. So let's see how it's going to, or let's see when this is going to be official that Arsenal has signed this one. Remember, it's only 8 days to go. So in the next 3-4 days, everything will get clear what is going to happen and how it happens. Another player today is Matthias Kunha from Wales. Arsenal play Wales on Saturday and beat them 1-0. After that, match, the news begin to speculate around the Matthias Cunha. Cunha is now willing to go to Arsenal this January. But the problem is, Wolves are not interested of allowing him to go now. Considering the situation of Wolves as a club, they are there in the bottom side of the table and they are battling for relegation. Cunha is one of their best, if not their best player now. So they are not willing to allow him go. They want to keep hold of him so that he will help them survive relegation. You know, this business, their problem is not Arsenal business. What Arsenal needed is what they want, to sign a player they want. So if you can be able to convince the player and the club as well, if whoever are willing to accept their offer, Matthias Cunha is willing to come to Arsenal. Arsenal have managed to turn his head and is now wanted to come to Arsenal. Let's watch and see how this one is going to end up. The only truth is that he's not going to sign a contract extension in Wales. So Arsenal are seriously doing things behind the scene. It's only a matter of days now. Everything will be up and see how things is going. So let's watch and see what is going to happen and how it's going to happen. Please, we would like you to do us a favor by subscribing to our channel, share, like, and comment. This is the video today. Thank you and stay safe.